Hello, Taurus, and welcome to today's reading for the month of February. By the time you get this reading, the first week of February has already almost come to an end here. So you may resonate with some of the messages that are coming through, or some of them might be coming to you for the remainder of the month. Today, we are going to get started with messages from the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle by Kelly Smith. We will also dive into how to raise your vibration with Kyle Gray and Unshakable Inner Peace. As well, I will have all of the links for these Oracle decks down below in the comments or in the description box rather. And if you are going to be sticking around for the extended reading, if you're a part of the Sacred Self-Empowered Membership community, we will also get into a romance angel for the month of February, the month of love, as well as a spirit animal. Today, I am just going to get started with cleansing everyone's energy, myself included. Instead of using Palo Santo, as I've done in the past, today I'm going to be using Florida water. I recommend Agua de Florida from the Murray and Landman company, but just be mindful. If you're buying this on Amazon or in a store, a lot of the times it comes from the New York factory, but I like to order directly from the company. And that way I can get the Florida water that comes from the Peru factory. I want you to trust that just because you are not here and smelling the Florida water and in the actual physical space that I'm spraying this Agua de Florida, it is still going to work for you. It is not the actual smell or even the liquid that does the cleansing, but it is the spirit. And in Agua de Florida, it's a lot of citrus spirits that cleanse our energy, cleanse, clear, and ground our energy. I did also pull a card from a tarot deck. I haven't done this before. I usually like to stick with Oracle, but I decided that I would start February readings off with a tarot card. And for you, I am getting the Devil. So some of you may have been experiencing some addictive behavior. And if you haven't experienced it yet, again, this could come through for you in the month of February. And what I really like about the Devil card is it's an opportunity for us to look at some of those self-sabotaging behaviors. A lot of us don't consider some of our behaviors to be addictions until it's a little bit too late. For example, usually we cope rather with things that start with the letter S. So substances, everybody's pretty familiar with those. You've got food, drugs, alcohol. I just recently started another body-based program, Nourish Your Temple. I was a fat loss coach for 7 years. I worked with so many women who were using food as a crutch. Alcohol, people are pretty familiar with, and then of course substances like drugs and things like that. And then we also cope with screens. And for a lot of us who have already embarked on the self-love journey where we're no longer coping with food, we're no longer coping with alcohol and substances, a lot of us are reaching for those phones. We're doom scrolling. And I talk about this a lot on my social media where, are you waking up in the morning and grabbing your phone first thing? Are you starting your day depleted? The energy that comes from our phones, especially if we're looking at social media and news outlets and things like that, it can be pretty draining. It starts our day off connected in with the collective energy as opposed to our own individual energy. We also cope with things like shopping, even sex, things that give us that instant dopamine hit, but then eventually that wears off. And it's funny with alcohol, a lot of the times the people that I know, and this happens a lot with the collective as well, where we're using alcohol to combat anxiety. We're feeling anxious and, I just had such a long day. I need a glass of wine to help me wind down. I need a beer to help me wind down. But then what happens is because of the physical effects that the alcohol has on our body, it is literal poison, then it actually causes more anxiety the next day. I actually called it hangxiety in the few years before I quit drinking. So I am going to get started right away with our Oracle cards today. Again, starting with the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle. And for those of you who are sticking around for the extended reading, I will dive a little bit deeper into that Devil card and what that means for you for the month of February. But let's just see, what is the primary energy for the Taurus collective for the month of February? Wow, that one really wanted to come out, didn't it? And what do we get? Old habits. Old habits. That is exactly what the Devil card says. Okay, so how are you sabotaging Taurus? What is this behavior? An old habit is keeping you from moving forward. Until you can release this old habit, you're going to continue to feel like you're stuck, like you're blocked, like something is in the way. Nobody's going to know what this old habit is except for you. So let me know in the comments how that's resonating for you. Is it the phone? Is it the doom scrolling? Is it procrastination, avoidance? You know that it's aligned for you to start eating better, drink more water, move your body, journal, meditate, and you're just choosing not to do that. That's the ego. The ego's job is to keep us nice and safe inside of our comfort zone, and it does a really good job of that by throwing all of these different coping mechanisms in our path. And it's so easy to grab the phone. It takes a lot more effort to actually go for the walk, or do a little bit of planning to make sure that you've got some healthy, nourishing foods in the house, as opposed to those convenience foods. What can help the Taurus collective move through these old habits in the month of February, please? And we're going to again look at unshakable inner peace and raise your vibration. So that'll give us some direction as well. But look at this, you're getting the void. The void. What does the void say? You may be covering up the emptiness of pain through an addiction. Look at these three cards. They are, I don't think that we could have three more similar cards in all of the oracle decks and the tarot deck that we've got here. We've got the devil indicating that there is some addictive behavior here. We've got old habits saying there's self-sabotage. We've got the void saying that you're numbing out. You're numbing out. And hey, don't shoot the messenger. Okay, I know sometimes these readings can be challenging, but I'm going to also pull some cards that will help you move through it. Okay. But it's like anything shadow. We have to bring it to light in order to move through it. If we just avoid it and pretend that it's not happening, then we're just not going to move through it. If we just keep stifling it down, stifling it down, stifling it down, well, eventually it is going to come out. And sometimes it doesn't come out in the nicest ways. Sometimes it comes out in very ugly ways. We might be really reactive with those people that we love, because these old habits, these coping mechanisms, they're keeping our vibration really low, is what I'm getting. They're keeping our vibration really low. And I know for myself, I mean, I really loved alcohol. It was my coping mechanism of choice. It took me a solid year of trying to quit drinking before I actually quit drinking. I've now got over 2 years under my belt where I haven't had a single sip of alcohol. And I don't miss it, to be honest with you. Sometimes I talk to people and I'm like, yeah, I did have a lot of fun, and I still have a lot of fun. But then when I see people drinking and I can feel their vibration begin to dip, I don't really miss it anymore. Again, we've got to bring it to light in order to be able to clear it, in order to be able to release it. So maybe you may want to consider journaling on this. What habits are keeping you stuck? What ways do you sabotage the most, and how can you move through those? What is your soul guiding you to do? What is your higher self guiding you to? What changes is your higher self guiding you to make right now? And really leaning into those changes that you're feeling the intuitive pull towards. Can we get some more clarity here that will help the Taurus collective throughout the month of February, please? Boundaries. Okay, so you're learning the gentle art of boundaries. So this is learning how to say no when you really want to say no, learning how to say yes when you really want to say yes. Sometimes, it's a people pleasing thing. Sometimes it's a peer thing. I feel like for some of you, maybe you're in a relationship where that's what you do with your spouse. You go out for dinner and drinks. Maybe you sit around and you smoke weed and play video games, or whatever the case is, and it's keeping your vibration down, and you're having a hard time telling the people in your life that you don't want to be continuing with this behavior anymore. And again, this is something that I struggled with myself, so I can totally resonate with this. My husband has drastically cut back his drinking, but he certainly hasn't quit. And in those first few years, I mean, it was really challenging. And yes, when I quit drinking, I did lose a lot of friends. I realized that some of my friendships were literally only being held on with alcohol. When I got together with some of these people, we drank 100% of the time. And at first, when I quit drinking, well, we smoked weed 100% of the time. And then eventually I quit smoking weed as well. And, then there was no relationship. I was the only sober one, and it was really uncomfortable. And if those relationships were meant to be in my life, then they would have continued to flourish and grow. They would have continued to feel like good relationships. They would have continued to support my growth, but they didn't support my growth at all. If anything, they hindered me. And I feel like this is the case for a lot of you, Taurus, as well, that there is going to be this challenging season where you begin to create these new boundaries. But let me tell you something beautiful about creating new boundaries. Okay. Yes, Some people are going to begin to leave your life when you create new boundaries. That is inevitable. They're like, hey, I liked it when they were like this, and I could walk all over them. And they always said yes whenever I wanted to go out and do these things. They always said yes whenever I wanted to stay in and binge watch Netflix and eat chips all night. They said yes. And now all of a sudden they're saying, no, wait a second, I don't like this. But the beautiful part is that those who are meant to stay in your life, they're going to rise up and meet those boundaries, and you're going to see a different part of them that you hadn't seen before. It's going to really confirm that these relationships are in alignment for you. Boundaries can be tough. I know that I struggle. I have struggled. I don't struggle anymore, but I have struggled a lot with boundaries. Today I do a lot better job than I ever have in the past, but it didn't come without a lot of practice. Let me tell you that. What else does the Taurus Collective need to know for the month of February? Auric field. Okay, so one thing that can be really, really helpful for you is to protect your energy. Protect your energy when you're around these people who seem to want to keep you in this lowered vibration. The thing is, misery loves company, right? So what happens when we're on our spiritual journey is we begin to raise our vibration. And those who are stuck in this lowered vibration, they can feel that. They can feel your vibration begin to rise, and it's uncomfortable for them because we tend to be an energetic match to those that we hang out with. So when somebody starts to raise their vibration and we're not, it feels very uncomfortable. This auric field card is really calling for you to cleanse, ground, and protect your energy. I talk a lot about this in all of my programs, in the Nourish Your Temple program, in my one-on-one mentorship, in my one-on-one sessions. Cleanse, ground, protect your energy every day. Get yourself some of that Florida water. Get yourself some Florida water. Put it in a little spray bottle. Bring it with you. My daughter's at a sleepover tonight. She brought her bottle of Florida water with her, so she can cleanse her energy. There's also a big call here for you to protect your energy. How do you protect your energy? Do you have any practices in place to protect your energy? If you're watching this video, chances are you can feel energy, whatever that looks like for you. Some of us see energy, some of us feel it, some of us sense it, some of us just know it. A lot of us are empaths. We can feel other people's energy. And this is calling for you to protect your energy so that you're not absorbing other people's energy. Right now, more than ever, that is so important. The collective energy right now is a little unstable. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of scarcity. There's a lot of lack. There's so much bringing us down if we allow it to. But Taurus, you can protect your energy. You are an earth sign. You can ground into Mother Earth, and you can protect your energy more easily and naturally than the water signs, the air signs, the fire signs. And I know this because I'm a Virgo. I'm an earth sign as well. Let's see how the Taurus Collective can raise their frequency in the month of February. This might be helpful too. Cleansing my energy. I mean, I do it all day, every day. All day, every day. When I have one-to-one sessions and group coaching sessions and things like that, I do online circles, stuff like that. I cleanse, ground, and protect my energy before and after any type of interaction with a lot of people. I cleanse, ground, and protect my energy as soon as I wake up. And I also cleanse, ground, and protect my energy before I go to bed. Yeah, that does feel like a lot. In the beginning, it was challenging just to make it a practice to do it once a day. And then once I made it a practice to do it once a day, I could feel ever so clearly just how powerful, just how impactful it was to cleanse, ground, and protect my energy every day. So then I started doing it multiple times a day. And let me tell you, it helps. I bring that spray bottle full of Agua de Florida with me to Costco. I cleanse my energy the second I leave Costco. I like to do thrift shopping. I bring it with me when I go thrift shopping. Nothing comes in my house before being cleansed. Nothing. So spirit guides, angels, allies, please share what is the number one way for the Taurus Collective to increase their vibration, to raise their frequency in the month of February. I'm surrounded by angels. Okay, so remember, you're not alone. You are not alone. And think of the frequency of angels. They're bringing our vibration up. I'm getting for you, solfeggio frequencies can be really helpful. Listening to healing tones. If you have rattles, bells, drums, things like that, it can be really helpful to help you raise your energy. They can also clear your energy as well. So, there's lots of ways to clear your energy. It doesn't have to be a smudge or a spray. You can do visualization. You can see golden light coming down from that chakra up here, coming down, cleansing your energy, connecting with the angels, whatever angels you are connected to. Archangel Michael is one of my OGs. I really love to ask Archangel Michael to place his white veil of protection around me. I do this for my children as well. And then I'm going to ask spirit guides, angels, allies, what is the #1 way for the Taurus collective to embody unshakable inner peace? Unshakable inner peace in the month of February, please. That one wants to come out. Actually, I got 2 for you here. I got 2. Ooh, 20 and 21. They came from totally different spots of the deck, but we got 2 cards in sequence. So card number 20, nothing real can be threatened. How can you actively participate in creating heaven on earth? So first we got angels, and now we got creating heaven on earth. Okay, so this is a card all about manifestation. This card is all about manifestation. These things can be in your way, but that's what these readings are about. These readings are about learning what energy could be prevalent so that you can do something to change it. This is all just information, but you have free will. You are choosing what you do day in and day out. And this is saying that you have a beautiful opportunity to create something here. So are you going to allow the ego? Are you going to allow these old habits, these addictions? Are you going to allow them to keep you feeling stuck? Or are you going to create something here? You're also getting card 21, which is the Great Awakening. Walk in your truth, stand firm in your light. How can you trust yourself more? And if you're feeling like you're really stuck in self-sabotage, of course you wouldn't be trusting yourself. I've been there. I know when, and I mean, I'm still there, right? Like we're human. It doesn't matter how far we are in our journey. It's like, okay, yeah, I've taken a million steps outside of my comfort zone, but I still continue to take steps outside of my comfort zone. And every time that I do, my ego's like, wait a second, what are we doing? I like it here. Well, let's not move here. It's nice and cushy here. It's very comfortable. I don't want to leave this comfort zone. So self-sabotage comes up all the time, but this is really about trusting yourself more. I like to think of it as like the ego and the higher self, so like the angel and the devil on your shoulders. We've got the ego saying, no, don't do it. It's scary. Keep eating more chips, keep binge watching Netflix, keep doom scrolling, keep drinking, keep smoking weed, keep doing whatever, keep like, let's stay here in the comfort zone where we don't have to try anything new and exciting. And then you've got the higher self saying, I really think I should drink some more water. Oh my gosh, my pee is dark. I need to drink more water. And you know what? I've been eating really crappy lately. I should definitely get some more fruits and vegetables into me. I should not eat so much takeout. You know, my body's feeling a little sore. Maybe I should do some yoga. Maybe I should do a workout. Maybe I should go for a walk. Listen to this bad boy, okay? Listen to your higher self. You're being called to trust yourself more because you do have all the answers. You feel those intuitive nudges. Now, let me know down below in the comments if this is speaking to you, Taurus. If you like this video, I hope that you will consider subscribing. And I would love to see you on the extended reading as well. So I'm going to drop the link down below in the description so you can join the Sacred Self-Empowered community. We're going to dive a little bit deeper. I'll pull a few more cards from each of these decks, as well as a romance oracle and an animal spirit guide for you. And I will see you in March.